population pressure, and the fact that certain areas have become uninhabitable due to continuing conflict or the danger of landmines may make it difficult or impossible for a country or region to absorb the returnee population. Another issue is that the general effort of the Ugandan government to return refugees to their home countries leads to the sedentary assumption that refugees are out of place and they should be put again in their place. Based on this assumption, refugees have lost their natural ties with their country of origin, and repatriation helps them re-establish those ties. The problem here is that these assumptions may be false, and the repatriation of the refugees may lead to failure of reintegration, since in many cases, the conditions in the places of origin are far worse than in the refugee camps. We now dive into the second critical point, which is on educational funding. According to Mousy and Small, the CRRF does not show how services such as healthcare, education, water, and sanitation will be delivered to refugees in host communities, and how ministries that are responsible for these services will be engaged. For example, 50% of refugees are children, yet only 2% of global humanitarian aid goes to education. Lanchotti mentions another important issue, which is the Adult Education and Functional Adult Literacy Program, also known as FAL. Literacy is the ability to apply the skills of reading, writing, and written calculation to the requirements of daily life. Uprooted refugees become more vulnerable if they cannot read or write, and for that reason, CRRF and the Global Compacts on Refugees are trying to find ways to help displaced people gain access to jobs and income sources. But there is little or no funding for the FAL program. Uganda and Ethiopia host the largest refugee populations in Africa, and the majority of these refugees are from South Sudan, a country with a general literacy rate of just 27%. Both are CRRF pilot countries and both have refugee policies in place.